Bitcoin is broken back above 4,000, thus sparking the question, is this potentially the bottom here for Bitcoin? Has the bear market bottomed out and are we ready for a rally to the upside? And on the contrary, is it possible that this is nothing more than a mere bull trap once again inside this 15-month bear market? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and the two scenarios I've outlined here. One, is it possible that what we're looking at right now has the characteristics of a bear market bottom? And two, is it possible this has the characteristics of a bull trap before another plunge deep down into the crypto abyss? And as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and observations on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. Being said, here we are on the weekly time frame. We are looking at the BLX, ladies and gentlemen. This is the liquid index for Bitcoin, combining many exchanges data into one chart. Now, if you are subscribed here, you would remember that I was pointing out the importance of last week's closing candle, and this was a red doji at what appears to be the most staunch resistance of this immediate trend that we're in following the capitulation candles from 6,000. This red box of resistance has proven time and time again to be staunch, heavy resistance. We have seen failures not once, not twice, not thrice, but now a potential fourth time here in the macro trend following that 6K capitulation. Now, a few things to look at. One, I believe that we still are potentially looking at a tentative rising wedge pattern here, which is, per classical technical analysis theory, a bearish pattern. And these are generally created off a heavy resistance, a rejection, and then an unsustainable reaction rally, which forms the rising wedge pattern. And then the pattern winds up being unsustainable and breaks to the downside. That is what I'm seeing here, first off. But let's discuss this weekly candle, because we did have a nice reaction after getting rejected at the red box of resistance. So, as we see here, without moving the lines at all, these are the same lines I've had drawn, we can see that we tested right down to the trend line of upward sloping support amidst this pattern. We had our bounce flush off the upward sloping support. And now, although there are several days remaining in this weekly candle here, what we are seeing right now is the creation of a tentative bullish hammer. This is, from a bullish perspective, what you would want to see after last week's red doji. And a red doji, ladies and gentlemen, is very significant, because that is a lot of the times how these upward reaction rallies end. They end on an indecisive doji candle at the top of the pattern at a resistance level, and then you see these things fall off into oblivion. That is a classic telltale sign that a trend is over, is you come up on that staunch resistance at the end of a pattern and you stick in a doji after many bullish candles in a row. It's significant in the sense that it shows the bulls have potentially ran out of steam, etc., etc. But for right now, this candle is tentatively looking bullish, but there are still some concerns for me here. One of the largest concerns, ladies and gentlemen, is the volume profile. Pay attention to the bottom of the screen right here. This volume profile is still descending. So we still are having a very significant divergence in the price action here, where the price is moving up, but the volume being traded is moving down. This is not very good, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. The last time that we saw this was right here, right? Let's look. We've seen this several times, ladies and gentlemen, where the volume has gone down and then we drop lower and lower and lower. The last time being right here, volume just disintegrating into nothing week after week, and then we get our capitulation. And right now, for me, ladies and gentlemen, really, if we even scroll back, going back to around this area, right? We'll actually we'll use a large arrow here. This area, roughly, right? We've declined in volume ever since that period in time, ladies and gentlemen. Right around here, we've just consistently dropped off. And what do we see, ladies and gentlemen, when we've got this in the past, has been a large capitulation. So for me right now, with that divergence, I am having an issue here, believing that the bulls must be in control right now. Although we are seeing that there is a bullish defense supporting this upward trending line, and we are looking to want to break past this red box of resistance. But, ladies and gentlemen, it really has not been able to do so anywhere on this entire macro formation. We see it happened obviously once here off the capitulation, but it was just a wick. It's tried here twice, failed. Tried twice here, failed. Wicanachi Dandata right there, failed. And now, the last and most recent attempt we've had, stuck in an indecisive doji, tentatively looking to be the reversal of the macro trend. Lots of bearish signs here from you guys. The RSI is pretty neutral. We're at 42.6 as of the time of recording. Very neutral. That is just nothing to look at there, in my opinion. But yeah, on the weekly time frame here, it is very interesting what's going on. To me, we are still in a bearish pattern from a macro perspective. Of course, you're going to get the degenerate moon boys trading on the 1 hour and 15-minute candles. Ha ha, Kirby, get wrecked. See, yeah, you made a video, Kirby, that said the bear market may not be over. Clowns, ladies and gentlemen, degenerates, jabronis, moon boys. They don't understand the difference between a macro trend and a 1-minute candle, ladies and gentlemen. These moon boys jumping on tabletops every time a 5-minute candle closes higher than the last. They must understand, ladies and gentlemen, that if you do not respect the macro trend, there is a good chance that your trading career will come to a complete and utter miserable end. Let's get this crypto. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not at this time see a reason that 4,000 must hold. Can it? It can, and I'm going to show you right now what I believe needs to happen in order for 4,000 to be sustainable. But first off, right here, I've discussed why I believe there is a case that we're likely probably not out of the bear market yet. And if we're talking about targets, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pull up the 1 day here. Once again, do I want to pull out my Fibonacci retracement tool? And once again, do I want to pull it from the swing low to the swing high of the most recent trend? And the areas still, ladies and gentlemen, for me, as I outlined in my last stream, if you are subscribed here, was this 0.618 Fibonacci retracement line, which lines up almost perfectly right now with the upward trending support line of this macro pennant formation. And this, to me, still definitely has a case to potentially be a bullish ascending triangle, or it can be a bear flag. But in my opinion, if this is going to have any chance to play out as a bullish ascending triangle, and I'm speaking about this whole trend here, it would need a third test of the trend line. If it tests 3 times and we get the magic three amigos here, many human traders will be probably looking to speculate off of a third test of the upward sloping support, and that may bring in some more bulls and more bullish pressure into the market once we get a third retest of that line. Without a third test, it's more difficult to be completely bullish in this area playing the pattern, in my opinion. Generally, you want to see at least 3 touch points along the top, which we certainly have had. We've had plenty more than 3. And if we get that third along the bottom and find another bounce up to this region, that is when I would expect a more significant bullish attempt to rise above potentially this box and potentially above the 4,500 trend line drawn in orange, which I have outlined for us all here. Even for me personally, ladies and gentlemen, I would be more bullish after a retest for a third time of this upward sloping trend line at roughly between the 0.5 and 0.618 Fibonacci retracement from the swing low to the swing high. And for me, that would be, I would feel more comfortable taking positions bullishly at that area rather than I would right now, as we are still traveling in a tentatively bearish rising wedge pattern. We have only had 2 touch points along that macro potential ascending triangle. And for me right now, the volume divergence, we're going to look at Google Trends here in just a moment. It's still, to me, looking like this trend could continue downwards. But again, if we break above this box right here and we hold, everything can change, right? This analysis is only good up until this point, right? My analysis will change drastically if we rise above this box and hold, right? It's not me rubbing a crystal ball, ladies and gentlemen. Ho ho ho, Curbinaccio closing his eyes, rubbing the crystal ball, telling you we're going to the moon or into the doom pits, ladies and gentlemen. That's not what I do. I'm a full-time trader and a full-time analyst. My objective and my goal here is to crush the market. It's not to come out with blasphemous predictions that have no merit behind them, right? There's a clear difference, ladies and gentlemen, between making projections and predictions. That's why I strongly dislike long-term predictions. 250K by 2025, 100K by 2023. Anything like that is a joke to me, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone saying that is literally just pulling a number out of thin air and saying it to get views and interaction with their posts. And for me, ladies and gentlemen, I don't do that. You'll never see a video from me or an analysis from me stating that I think Bitcoin is going to some blasphemous number X amount of years down the line. You will never see that from me. My analysis here is the immediate macro trend, the immediate micro trend, and what I see here as a full-time trader that's looking to crush this market. And as you guys know, I'm trading this market aggressively. I keep my VIPs up to date in absolute real time with every trade I make, ladies and gentlemen. Every entry, every target, every insight, every take profit, etc., etc. I post that for you in VIP, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to my VIPs. I'm going to continue to crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. It's time to step up into the big leagues, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been taking that trip to Wrecked City, if you've been getting crushed instead of doing the crushing, if you've been walking down Liquidation Boulevard with Poopcoin Patrick and Moonboy Montgomery, it may in fact be time to change your ways, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to crush this market. It's time to get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to my VIPs. I will keep you updated with my trades in real time. So let's look at the Google Trends real quick, ladies and gentlemen. I believe there is some merit here to look at the Google Trends concerning Bitcoin and the crypto search terms. But if you are just tuning in now, don't forget to moon up the likes. Moon them up. Smash those thumbs. Click the subscribe button. Tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. The Bitcoin Google Trends data is very significant, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't already seen my video about this, it's actually the featured video on my channel. So I do encourage you to go look at that and watch it after this if you haven't already. Just go to my channel. It will be featured as the main video. I've shown that historically, the Google Trend data has been nearly 100% accurate in predicting the macro trend, or rather projecting the macro trend of Bitcoin. At the end of the day, Bitcoin has always historically been a human emotion that's dry. Let me rephrase this. Human emotions have driven the price of Bitcoin. To me, it is the most pure form of supply and demand. It is the most pure form of human emotions driving the price up and down of an asset that I've ever seen. The intrinsic value is derived from what people believe it's worth. There is no company behind it. There is no earnings reports. There is no reason for Bitcoin to be X amount in price value. The price comes from what the consensus value is, what the consensus of the people say that it's worth. And Google Trends has done a fabulous job here of showing human emotion in its purest form. And to me right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are still on a downward trajectory here. It looks like we're still steaming off of our bubble pop, blow off top. We had a reaction rally here, which we've seen an uptick since the capitulation from 6K. And right now, the past 2 months, it's been a 10, and now with only 2 days left in the month at the time of recording, Google Trends is projecting us to have a lower volume month here at a 9. And all the times in the past, ladies and gentlemen, or rather most of the times in the past, when we're seeing this trending downwards, the price action has shown to travel downwards with it as well. Just as on the contrary, when we've seen the volume go up here, the price has followed to the upside many, many, many times in the past. Also here with crypto, we are looking at a downward trajectory here once again. And I want to look at the crypto total market cap as well here, guys, because I know that, you know, these moon boys probably already left a comment. They've probably already badgered with their moon boy hullabaloo that, oh, Kirby, well, you just want to talk about Bitcoin. How about the altcoins, Kirby? How about the altcoins? Because I got this one poop coin, Kirby, and it's going to change my life. All right there, James. All right there, Joe. Well, let's just look at where the total crypto market cap is here as well. What we're seeing is a complete, near identical setup in terms of Bitcoin here with the structural formation here. Let's actually switch over to the weekly. That was the daily we were just looking at. If we look at the weekly here, it is nearly identical, ladies and gentlemen, in a potential ascending triangle, getting stopped, or excuse me, rejected at this line. And for me, we still are looking for a potential retest of the three amigos at this line to potentially break out and look to break this level of resistance, ladies and gentlemen, which is not going to be easy in my opinion. That to me is the ultimate. Until that level is broken, we are still inside the bear market, because it could easily do something like that, in my opinion, or just, you know, get rejected and travel around here for a long, long time. Same thing with Bitcoin. It falls around the 6,000 level for Bitcoin. On the market cap here, it is anywhere between 185 bill to about 220 bill. It appears to me that this is likely going to be one of the most savage, staunch, heavy resistances in the crypto market cap as well. But the interesting factor here, ladies and gentlemen, is that unlike Bitcoin, which has a descending volume profile, the crypto market cap as a whole, including the altcoins, is on an ascending volume profile overall. Of course, as we see here, the past few weeks have been rather choppy, but overall, the volume we're seeing here is way more significant than back here, and it appears that we've had a rounding bottom coming off of the capitulation, which is interesting. It's very interesting because this alone does not mean much, as we can see that Bitcoin has just the opposite. And as we all know, Bitcoin is the dawn of the cryptocurrency space. Generally, whatever is happening with Bitcoin is affecting the rest of the market. So I don't want to discredit what we're seeing in Bitcoin in terms of the volume, because the volume of the altcoins has been high. Sure, guys, the altcoins have seen some very nice gains overall throughout the past several weeks, but I feel as if what we're seeing here has all of the creations of a potential bear trap, in my opinion, especially with the data still trending down for the search term crypto, for the search term Bitcoin, and we are still really struggling to get past this key level. So until we get past there, I still have to stick with my bearish thesis. If we break above here and start consolidating, you can kiss this analysis goodbye, because my thesis will change, right? If the resistances are broken and we start consolidating, everything changes, ladies and gentlemen, because then my targets would likely start to be somewhere up towards this next cluster here. And if that is the case, we do have some room here to really run, not only for the altcoins, but for Bitcoin as well. And you best believe I will be keeping my VIPs updated with all my trades, ladies and gentlemen. As this occurs, as maybe the potential other scenario occurs, that we move harshly to the downside. I'm ready for either scenario. If you don't have a plan, you're going to fail, ladies and gentlemen. If you fail to plan, then your plan is to fail. I say it all the time. If you're subscribed here, you know by now, you must have a plan for both directions. If it goes up, you need a plan to succeed. If it goes down, you need a plan to succeed. If you only think about one direction, you're going to get crushed. This is a two-way street. This is not I want it to go to the moon, Kirby, so I'm just going to keep betting that it goes up, Kirby, even if it looks like it's going down. You get wrecked. And just on the contrary, as many people like to put words in my mouth, that I only bet when it's going down. You want to see it fail, Kirby, you. The reason I've been bearish, ladies and gentlemen, is because I've been trading this bear market the entire way down for over a year, nearly a year and a half, ladies and gentlemen. So these moon boys don't get it. All they've done is badger dollar cost average and get wrecked for 15 plus months now, where Don Curbinaccio has been playing the swings, making life-changing trading profits throughout this entire bear market. When it goes bullish again, I will be playing the market bullishly. For now, we are in a 15-month macro bear trend. Why would I be playing it to the bullish side all the time when the bearish side has been the most profitable? Makes no sense. So don't listen to these moon boys and their hullabaloo, ladies and gentlemen. It's a bunch of nonsense, in my opinion. But right now, I hope that we all are seeing what's going on here inside the market. For me, guys, we are still ready for a huge, huge move. You can see where we're at. You could see. We are at the decision point. We are coming to the brink and utter close of this pattern. There's not much left here. We are squeezing into the pennant. We have that descending volume profile on Bitcoin. We are in a tentative bearish pattern here. We are getting rejected, but looking to potentially retest and break through this red box of resistance, which we have not done sustainably throughout this entire macro pattern. And guys, right now, it appears to me that there is a lot of moon boy exuberance. I'm not sure if it's just me that sees it, because I have a lot of angry trolls that for some reason don't like bearish analysis, but they're obsessed with watching my analysis every day, even though they don't want to play the market bearishly. They only want bullish analysis in their echo chamber of unicorns and rainbows, which has done nothing for them but lose them money over and over again for 15 months straight. But to each their own. They must love losing money, right? And for me right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm playing this as a realist. I don't see any reason to believe that 4,000 must be the bottom. Although as I've stated, if we do in fact break above these levels and consolidate, my bearish analysis for the time being will be completely negated, and I will likely switch over to a bullish bias temporarily, as I could see a potential run up to the staunch resistance around 6K as a possibility here if we are in fact to break key levels of resistance. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be keeping you up to date in real time with my trades here in real time. As you see, I'm prepared and preparing, strategizing and plotting for my future success here as a trader inside the cryptocurrency space. I see that a large move is looming, and I'm ready to seize upon that potentially life-changing trading opportunity if it does in fact present itself. If it goes up, I have a plan. If it goes down, I have a plan, and I'm ready to get this crypto. It's time to crush this market, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to step up to the plate. It's time to step up into the big leagues. And it's time to get this crypto. I will keep you up to date in real time with my entries, exits, insights, take profits, etc. in VIP, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you in VIP right now. If you could one last time, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. I'm fired up, and I'm getting back to my trades right now. Are you going to be the one that crushes this market, or are you going to be the one that gets crushed? The choice is yours. I will see you in VIP right now, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to my VIPs. And until next time, be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.